Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Director's Garage Live. It's a hump day happy hour hangout here from Studio City, California. Welcome, welcome to the show, everybody. I didn't have a pair of headphones on. I was about to push play, and I'm like, oh, crap, I don't have a way to monitor this thing. So, all right, we got ourselves a mix, it looks like, right now. That sounds pretty good. Ah, so funny. So funny. These will come into play in just a second. I'm going to show off something for you. But this is the Meze Lyric, for those of you keeping score at home. Lots to talk about today. We're going to get to a bunch of stuff. Got a package I'm going to open a little bit. Nothing too major. It's nothing silly. I've been working on the Shootout, the Mega Shootout 2, son of Mega Shootout. I don't know. Daughter of Mega Shootout, whatever you want to call it. But it's the big Shootout, 8 headphones. I spent the last week dissecting 8 headphones and comparing them and contrasting them and ranking them and what do they do better in this area and what do they do better in that area. That's going to be a monster episode. A monster episode. I recorded it yesterday and I did a basic layout, and I'm looking at somewhere around between 40 and 50 minutes. So I'm actually considering maybe doing a part 1 and a part 2 on that one. That's going to upset people because they're going to be like, well, we just want to know the rankings. And I'm like, well, yeah, I know, but it's hard to justify me making a bunch of people sit through 50 minutes of me on camera doing this. I think that core people would do it, but I think that a lot of people would just be a turnoff. But I'm still figuring out, maybe I'll find a way to cut it shorter. But there are things I want to do in this one, a little different from the past. I want to pay attention to and call attention to where I'm ranking things as we go through, because I think sometimes it gets lost. And when you have 8 headphones, there's so many. And the little nuance and the, of the individual categories, I think gets a little confusing. So there's that. So I'm still thinking it through as far as how it's going to roll out, but I'm thinking there might be a part 1 and a part 2 to that, because at 45 minutes, say it goes 45, that's still 22 minutes of me per episode to do part 1 and part 2. So I don't know. I'm still formulating it in my head. I'm going to start scoring it anyway, just to start moving it along. But the 2 episodes wouldn't be that far separated, because I'd probably I want to have the whole thing done and then chop it up maybe. I don't know. And then how do I end it? Because I already recorded it. So these are the things that keep me up at night, folks. Welcome to the show. Cheers, everybody. We're halfway through the week, and it's for the first time in weeks, it's a true hump day happy hour hangout. We're on a Wednesday, back in our normal slot. I didn't have anything going on today. I did some stuff at work, but then I finished, and I'm like, okay, I'll come home and we'll do the show, What's everybody drinking? What's everybody hearing? Gonna wait for a couple more people to filter in, and then we'll get into some of the interesting things from this week. And there have been some interesting things, let me tell you. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but we'll see what you guys think. COVID's still hanging around. That stupid cough will not go away. So I guess they call that long term or long haul COVID or something. It's long something. It's long on being a pain in my butt. But yeah, it's like, just a little gravelly and a little something in the back of your throat. Still testing negative. I get tested. I'm down to 1 day a week testing, but I was negative yesterday. So yeah, nothing going on there. No trips planned, nothing major in my life. What's going on with you guys? What are you excited about? Anybody order anything that we should know about? Sorry, I'm just cleaning my desk a little bit because I got a lot of shit here. Anybody order anything of all this new stuff that came out? You had the Dan Clark Expanse, and you had the Focal Utopia 2022. Why didn't they rename that? They should have renamed it. They should have renamed it, and they should have redesigned it. That's like something that's sitting through, sitting in my, like, like just looking at them, and it's funny because I've watched a couple of other people's videos, Zeos, and I just skimmed through. I didn't have to. Zeos does like 50 minutes. I can't do 50 minutes, which is why I want to cut the shootout down. But a couple of people that were talking about the Focal said, "Boy, they're ugly in person," and I'm like, "They're ugly in the photographs. What did they do to that beautiful?" Where are they? They're right. They got to be back here somewhere. Oh, they're up on the shelf. That what did they do to that beautiful design that that was so iconic 5 years ago? So different and interesting to look at, and boy, they just kind of like blacked them out and they made them shiny plastic, and man, I just like couldn't. I'm looking at them going, what is this about? $5,000, and you're like, that's what you got. So I don't know. It seems like a lot of people are down on that, but we got to talk about another Focal right now. We're going to talk about there's a new Focal that just got announced this week. I think it was 2 days ago. They announced it. And we're going to go to that. I've got to have it here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. It's called, I'm going to butcher this. I think it's called the Bathie. But B-A-T-Y, but it's spelled. We'll go to the computer here. There it is. But it's spelled Bathie, and it does mean something. I'm told. I'm told that this actually stands for something. That it's got some significance. Oh, let's just accept all of their lousy cookies so that we can move on with our lives. Yeah, check this out. Their noise canceling, their noise reduction, active noise canceling Bluetooth headphones. And there they are. They Discover the Bathies. Travel in high fidelity. They look premium. They cost premium. They're about $800, I think. Have to check that out too in a second. But without putting any music out there, can I do that? Let's make sure I'm not killing the music for the show, because that would suck. Y'all don't want some music going away. Let's see, we got music still playing. Okay. Let's just make sure the audio is off on it. There we go. So I don't get any copyright stuff. But here they are. And it looks like a lot of the other designs, right? It looks just like the Stellia or any of the other. It's a closed back design, and really interesting. I mean, it's, and look, the little Focal logo lights up on the side. I mean, if I'm in the market for travel headphone, I want a Focal logo that lights up. And to me, it'll be interesting to hear how those things sound. They do look interesting to me. But I don't know. I'm a sucker for anything travel related, so I'll probably wind up. They'll probably wind up in the director's garage at some point. I got to think. That's just me, I just know I'm a sucker for anything that's like, it's Bluetooth and noise canceling and Bluetooth and the Focal lights. Oh yeah, I got to have that, sucker. What do they cost? Let's go look them up on my favorite and your favorite website, audio46.com, folks, where the director's garage has a deal. And the survey says $798, $800, kids. They better be premium. That's all I'm saying. So I don't know. It looks, but they look good. They collapse. They don't crunch up, but they lay flat, which is something these don't do. They're just like these. This is the Lyric, but the problem with the Lyric is, look, they don't actually go flat. They've got this angly thing on them, so they don't sit flat ever. Whereas the new Focals will be perfectly flat for travel, which is good because you can't always bring a case, and the case is thick and doesn't fit in your luggage because you got too much crap with you and whatever. So cheers to Focal for a brand new Bluetooth headphone. Hope it sounds good. And they also I'm sure you can jack into them too, and run them like a regular headphone. And that's the problem I had, you know, with the 9 HE9S, whatever the hell it was, the thing from Focal, or from Hifiman. Wow, it's the drugs, kids. Stay off the drugs. They're HER9. The HER9, which the Bluetooth module just was inconsistent and didn't sound very good. So I'm like, you know, compared to being wired in. So when I did the shootout, when I did the shootout and I did the sound check, we did them off the plugged in version. I kind of discounted the HER9's Bluetooth module, which it still works. And I found a use for them. I use them at work as a wireless. I work in a darker room, so maybe people don't mind the giant ears coming off of those things. You know, they're so pointed and angular like those old Sonys. You know, they were lifting that Sony design and playing with that. But yeah, they're good. Let's do a quick little opening because I do have something here that could be relevant. Since we were talking about the lyrics here, I'll look like a total douche. I'll wear my headphones around my neck like that. I don't... Whoa, where's that coming from? I am sure that's going to give me trouble. Where's it coming from? All right, let's kill that because I probably just broke about 10 copyright violations on. Some browser's got music open somewhere. Oh, it's an ad for Hoto Tools tire inflator. Well, that can't get me in too much trouble, can it? Anyway, moving on. Wow. How did that just get the go-ahead? That shouldn't have gotten any go-ahead. All right. It was not a page that wasn't even open. So here we have a package from DHL. I don't have the overhead camera because it's involved in another project, not Director's Garage related, work related. So I open this up, and as long as there's not an address on it, we're good. And it's a paper bag. Folks, I bought a paper bag. Why do you watch this? Okay, so from here, I'm going to just tear this open, and what do we got? Well, we got a little Meze catalog, so that should clue you in. Meze. And what I bought is a custom Meze cable. This is a Pentagon cable for the Lyric because why not? No, I don't have this is the oddball out Meze. Every other Meze uses the Audeze Mini XLR thingy, and these have the same input as the Susvara. Well, I don't have a Pentagon for the Susvara because I run those with the XLR cable. But I did want the Pentagon because it goes into most of my DAPs. And the 2.5 seems the 2.5 tip ring sleeve thing seems to be going away. It seems like Pentagon is really what's winning out. I'm talking about the 4.4 millimeter adapter over the 2.5 millimeter. Why do I know that? I shouldn't know that. Anyway, here's the cable. I just unboxed. It came in a nice little case. Boy, that was a shitty unboxing. I'm sorry, guys. Box, opened, cable, case. So lame. That was horrible. But it's nice. Check this out. It's a weave. It's a 4x8. Wow, that's kind of a nice cable. Cost a lot. It was several $100s. But I did want a premium cable for the Lyric because I like these and I want to use them on my DAP and stuff. So there you go. Cable for, but now I can't use them because they're plugged into a 3.5 millimeter. It just never ends. How you guys doing, everybody? Cheers. Happy Wednesday. What are you guys drinking? What's going on in your world? We'll get into the chat in just a second. Yeah, Zeos plays music all the time, gets away with. Well, I think it's because it's like the headphone thing, and you can do it for up to like 8 or 10 seconds and you won't get busted. That doesn't make it not a violation or a violation of the DMCA. It just means you won't get caught by the algorithm as the cable falls to the floor if you play it for 10 seconds. Doesn't make it. So I don't mess with it because I've been shut down by YouTube once and it was not fun. I had to fight my way to get my channel back, and it was nothing I did. It was something somebody complained about something somewhere and they froze my channel, and I had to actually made a whole video just to get myself out of YouTube jail. And that was not a fun thing to do. And they did let me out. I got, I wasn't doing anything wrong, but somebody questioned something I did, and it became a whole thing. So there you go. Wow, they got a nice little brochure here of all the latest Meze product. You know which one I'm interested in is the Advar, that IEM that they came out with. I think it was like last year. That to me looks cool. And then of course the Meze 99s. Anybody had to order the Meze 99s? Anybody pick those up yet? A lot of people are raving about them. Or the 109s. The 109s, Meze 109s. A lot of people are raving, just going crazy about them. This is really cool. I'll show you some of it. I wish I had the close-up camera, but I don't. Got some nice photos in here. I'm talking about their different stuff. Pretty cool. There's the lyric. Talk about the drivers, talk about all the stuff. Wow, very nice. Fully serviceable, says Meze. Let's not test that rule. Too fun, too fun. So let's see. So I've got so the Mega Shootout is recorded and it's being edited right now. It's too long. I got to find a way to cut it down or cut it in half and air it in 2 parts. I've got a new shipment on the way from Audio 46. Blind unboxing to come. That's a coming episode. Kind of excited about that. Haven't opened anything new in a while. And the Mega Shootout is going to be all gear that I already have. Pardon me, burping. What are you guys drinking today? What do you got? Is it pizza day? Somebody ordering pizza without me? That's a shame. What else have I got going on? Nothing much in the entertainment department. Didn't do any like spectacular shoots. I told you about the last one I did, which was John Legend. I had a couple of smaller shoots since then, but it was just like actors, so not very exciting. I like the music stuff, you know me. I'm gonna bring it back to music any chance I get. What do you guys see at we talked about Can Jam a little bit, but any of those new announcements intrigue anybody? Anybody want to order this stuff? It's kind of like all of it, kind of like all of it. But the problem is I've got to sell some stuff to get the new stuff, because I can't keep spending money hand over fist. I'm going broke, folks. So I've got to. So I'm doing this Mega Shootout so I can clear out some product. A bunch of people, like when I put up on the community page. I don't know if you saw it. I put up a couple of teasers, teaser shots. Maybe can I get them on this show? How would I do that? Yeah, it's kind of a pain. Let me see if I can figure it out. But I put up a couple of teaser shots just for funsies. I think they're in documents, or did I put them in photos? I don't know what I did. I got a lot of suggestions immediately. It's not a real shootout unless you include blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, thanks for spending my money for me. I'm broke as it is. Too funny. Let's see. Is this one of them? Nope. Screenshots. Nope, they're not here. I don't know what I did with them. Dang it. If I could find them, I'd put them up for you guys, but maybe I can just go to the page. Oh, I could do that. Let's do that. Okay, so we go to YouTube, and let's go to the Director's Garage page, Director's Bureau channel. Then I'll stop that from playing. Let's go to Community, and here we go. Okay, so we got a couple of shots here. I'll go to them. Switcher. go back to the computer, and this is like the first graphic that I did for that. Boy, it's really small. Can I increase the size? No, you can't. Can't do shit. Pardon me. Oh, there we go. I can save image as. Let's go to downloads. We'll get all this up and going. Just give me a second. Where's this? Now what's this doing? Oh, nothing like old computer crap. Downloads. Ha! Let's make it even smaller. There we go. Alright, well, that's too big. But there you get the idea. So that's like one of the screenshots of all the 8 headphones that are going to be in the shootout. And yeah, pretty fun little exercise. And then below that, I kind of had, this is my first little teaser was, so anyway, I got a lot of comments about these, about things that I should have been doing for this shootout. And I'm like, well, okay. You know, like somebody said, just you can't do this shootout without the X9000, and I'm like, folks, the X9000 is a $6,000 headphone. Anybody got any spare change? Because I can't just go out and have all these. Shoot, somebody else. Yeah, I got the Expanse. The Expanse is another one. People say you can't have that without the Expanse, and I got like 4. I got at least a dozen suggestions if you go through that whole page. It's hysterical, and I'm like, you know what? It's gonna be what it be. And if I want to do more, we'll just have another shootout down the road. Yeah, I can't. Another person was like, well, where's your 009S? And I'm like, well, I kind of sold it to get the other stuff that's in the director's garage right now because they were in the last shootout. You know, I know what they sound like. So I didn't bother to rank anything I couldn't do a direct comparison with. I don't think that's fair to anybody. So the stuff that's by the wayside, you know, that's a bygone era on the director's garage. It's not something I'm going to revisit. Okay, so let's get to the chat. Let's go through what you guys are doing and what you guys are up to. Robert Langer says he thinks it's pronounced Measy. Well, maybe. I call it meze. It's going to be meze for me because I think of meze when you do something that's meze. What am I thinking of? Thinking of music. There's a music term, meze. Anyway, so that's why I say meze. But if it's measy, then I'll be wrong. I don't care. Good morning. Nice haircut. Yeah, I got. You know who does the official haircutting around here is Mrs. Director. She does my haircuts. She do it right outside the door. Fantastic. Adapters are a thing we cannot live without them. Yeah, and I've got adapters and cables and adapters, and I got a whole thing of just filled with adapters in here that go upsize, downsize, oversized, undersized. It's just ridiculous. But now I've got another, you know, and at least I've got a Pentagon to play with, so I don't need the adapter. I just need to remember to bring the cable with me. The Expanse is a headphone I'm interested in. It's definitely, it's the only thing that's holding me back, and I've heard from a reliable source that they actually are tuned remarkably different from the Stealth, which to me is a really good thing because I didn't like the Stealth. So maybe that would be something that I'd want to try at some point. Very much interested in the new Focal. I want to see what the 2022 version of the Utopia sounds like. Very exciting new release from Focal, and they know how to make a speaker or two. So I'm very much looking forward to what they come up with. And oh, the Viking, the Viking Ragnar from Noble, which we announced on this show way back when. That's another one that I'm very interested in checking out, the Viking Ragnar. And I've actually listed my prized possessions. I'm listing my where are they? They're in here. Up for sale right now on the Director's Garage sale. Pardon me, nothing says Nothing says lots of viewers like keeping your face off camera. Going through this bag. WA11 Topaz? Anybody? Keep this stuff with you, guys. You gotta hear. It's no good if it's sitting in a bag somewhere. SP1000. Anybody? Oh, I got something to show you guys. Oh, that's so cool. I can do it here. I'll do it here instead of... There we go. I bought something else. I found this used... Oh, this is so cool. This is something I want to talk about, too. I just got to find it in my bag of crap. God, I got so many boxes and containers and pills. Not pills, you know. I'm not that bad of a drug addict. No, I'm just kidding. I talk about it a lot, but you know, you can't do television when you're high, folks. I mean, maybe they could back in the 80s, but now they don't care what the temperature is. Oh! Oh, that's a bad one. That's a dad joke. Alright, well, we're missing something important. Where'd it go? Oh, and this is going to be so cool. I can't wait to show you guys this. It's something I've owned before, and I bought again. And I don't want to dump the whole bag out, because we've got so many cables and little doodads. Ah, I found it. Okay. So first of all, let's get back to the first topic. And the first topic was I'm selling the Sultan, which is my favorite IEM of all time. This is the class-leading, world-leading, shootout-winning Sultan with the wizard-designed pine cone covers on them, which are just gorgeous. And I'm selling them for one purpose only, and that's because I want to buy the Viking. And this will get me about halfway to the Viking, I think. Maybe a third of the way to the Viking. I don't know what they cost yet. There hasn't been anything. There hasn't been listed anywhere yet. They're not even on the website, and I haven't spoken to John since before I went to John Moulton, the founder of Noble. I haven't spoken to him since I went to England, or since I went to Africa. So these went with me on both trips, though. They're so good. Love those. So these are for sale, and they're a pretty good price. I think they're like $1,800. These were like $3,600 new. Maybe they're more because they had the custom plate on them. I don't know. But just stunning design. It's like a purple it's like a piece of pine cone that he had shaved and then he mounted in some resin, and they're kind of purpley and swirly and gorgeous. They're on one of the earlier episodes. But here's what I bought. I want to show this off because this is really cool. I was just talking about this the other day. This is the SP240. Now, this is an older DAP, older digital audio player. And I missed it because it's half the weight of the SP1000. And it's half the size of the SP1000. In fact, it's just about the size of a deck of cards, which is the perfect size for any audio player. Everybody should try to get to this, because everything else is too big, too much. There's wasted screen space all over these things. They have this nice big screen, and then all the controls are like itty bitty. They would fit on this easily. But here's the hidden trick of the SP240, of this SP240, and that's that. It's anodized blue. Anodized blue. Well, you say, well, it's just the color. No. This is a very special edition of the 240. And if you look down there, which you can't see because this camera's too far away, this says Blue Note. So what this was a 75th anniversary of Blue Note edition of the SP240. And what's significant about this is that they sold this player loaded with 75 Blue Note albums, DSD and 192 recorded. So these, like, the highest res files they could muster out of the Blue Note catalog. They picked 75 titles and loaded it up onto a DAP and sold them. And I made sure that when I bought this is used, obviously, when I bought this, I made damn sure that it was loaded with the music, that it came with the music, because the music was really the better part of the deal. The player's great. I love this little form factor. I think this thing's really, it's handsome, it's gorgeous, it's small, it easily fits into any pocket, even your shirt pocket, like a total nerd with a calculator or whatever. My real audio men carry DAPs, you know, I don't know. But beautiful leather case along with it. And I think it's fantastic. This is the AK2, yeah, the AK. Sorry, Frederick. It's the AK240, which is the old DAP before the 380. Before they went to the 380, and then they went. You know, they went in the lineage. AK100, AK120. That was the first dual DAC version, and then this was the follow-up. This is the first one that they really blew out, that they really did a number with, and this is a 2 DAP, 2 DAC, I should say, edition of. It's got twin DACs in it, one for the left channel, one for the right channel, and it's fantastic. It also has Tidal and Cobas. Tell me I'm saying that wrong too, somebody. I don't know, but yeah, and it's just a perfect size. It's a perfect size for a DAP. You don't need anything bigger than this. I think this other stuff is getting ridiculously big, and the new 3000 looks even larger. It's thicker. It got thicker. So this came loaded with the 75 records, and so I picked up all 75 Blue Note titles and a portable DAP in one. These come up for sale often on eBay. Sometimes even you'll see somebody selling like an new old stock set of them. Though I've seen it pop up on some of those deal websites. I don't even remember the name of them, but and they come up on eBay occasionally. You'll see the music. Sometimes they'll sell the music case too. Music when you bought the original package, and I actually got an invite. I wasn't able to go, but I got an invite to Capitol Records when they introduced this thing at $3,500. I think it was. I was like, oh, back then I was like, oh, that's not gonna go. I can't buy that. You know, as much as I love it, I can't buy that. You know, they weren't giving them away at the door for showing up. If they were, I would have been there. But when it came out, I was like, oh my God, this is what a product this is. And of course, the 380 came out shortly thereafter. And everybody went, oh, the 380 is the one to get. And then the 1000 came out, and everybody's like, what's a 380? That 380 is a piece of junk. Well, these things still sound really, really good. They're not as advanced as, the latest and greatest. And, these are a little fast. They've got 8 processors inside this. I think this has got like 2 or 4 or something. But they're fantastic. I mean, fantastic little player, and you can stream on them, which is fantastic. You can even log them onto your home network, and you can walk around with a little streaming box right here. So that's kind of cool too. But it's the music that really turned it on for me. I was super excited to see those 75 titles, and it's all kinds of stuff from the entire Blue Note era. But now I'm sorry I didn't go to the Capitol Records thing. I could have a better story to tell. It was at Capitol Records, and they rolled this out as a special event. Oh, but what it came with was this tower. It was so cheesy. It was, and you can find this on eBay. I can probably look one up, but it came with this tower rack of, keep in mind that these are digital files. They come on a tiny little SD card, new, or they just preload they preloaded this player with it on the internal memory. But these things do take an SD card, and I've got a terabyte of extra storage in this thing, so I'm not even close to full. But they had this stand where every album had like a plastic jewel case. It's like it was so 80s. Hang on, let me see if I can find one. Let's go back to the computer, and then we'll go back to the chat. Oh wait, I gotta do it over here. Okay, there we go. So let me find. Let's look up Blue Note What would it be? It would be the digital 75th anniversary. Digital. Let's look at that. Let's see if there's some images. Come on, Google, don't fail us. We're counting on you, Google, for entertainment. Get over here. Oh, where is it? There we go. All right, here we go. Okay, there's the DAP right there. But I'm looking for this tower. It was ridiculous. It was huge. Here it is. Check this out, okay? Shoot. Okay, so here's the 75th. This is the edition. But look at this tower. Oh my God. Can I make that full? Why is everything so small today? I mean, you know, it's my life. Save image as, let's save it to downloads, and then we'll go back to downloads and do the whole thing. Oh, I forgot. I got my, here we go. Now we can make it big. If only it was that easy. So it's this big, huge stack of like jewel cases. And I'm like, you're going to crack these things. I'm like, and things are going to break. This is a recipe for, I mean, it's kind of cool looking in a photograph, but I think if you got it into your life, it'd be pretty awful. but you could get this. You could get this whole package with the 75th anniversary and then the card for each album and whatever. But really, you just want the player. I mean, that's where the juice is, right? So that's from when it came out. But that was what, 2014. So 8 years. It's 8 years old. This DAP player. The batteries on it is still in excellent shape, guys. Excellent shape. So very cool, very cool. Okay, let's get back to chat, and now I can catch up with you guys. Cheers, everyone. Oh, chat 69's back. You horny devil, you. We're just going to hide user on this channel. Bye, chat. So much. Nobody needs dates from you. At least not today. Okay, so I'm thinking of, oh boy, and my monitor just flashed. I hate this. This is the bane of my existence. I've got monitors that just blow out. Okay. It shuts off. The monitor right below my screen, this has happened on the show before, but for whatever reason, when I go to do something, it often just shuts off. I've got to turn it back on. But I don't have... see, it's going to do it again. It's going to do it like 3 times in a row or 4 times in a row, and then it'll settle down. It's a thing, but I can't. The problem is that everything goes to this monitor, and then I'm looking at you in profile like I'm a snob. I'm not a snob. Anything but. Okay, so let's go down through some of these things. Yes, the Expanse. They are both similar, though. We're talking about. I don't remember. The Stealth, that's the Stealth and the Expanse, I think. Yeah, that's the problem, is I don't want the Expanse if they're tuned like the Stealth. That's going to be bad. For me, anyway, for my purposes. When you sell the headphones, where are they offered? Comments below every video. Go to my most recent video, and there's a line in there that says Director's Garage Sale. And that's where, Jesus, I may have to turn the... I think it's a connect. I don't think it's a connector though, because it's not consistent, and it seems to shut off only when I'm working on that monitor. It's very bizarre, and then it just stops at some point, which is crazy. So yeah, if you go down below in the comments below, even on this video, I've got 4 things I think listed now because I'm starting to clear some things out. And then after the Mega Shootout airs, I'm going to clear out a lot of stuff. You're going to see a number of headphones hit there because I've got to move product around, and I've got way too much headphone inventory right now. I've got a ton of the Shootout alone. I figured out. Here we go again. Hang on 2 seconds. I want to fix something. Gotta check this. Oh, it's not even the connector. Okay. So the shootout alone, I figured out, I added up like what these headphones would have cost me if, if I bought them new, and we're over 30 grand for the shootout stuff. And some of the stuff I did pay, I didn't pay full price for, but I got them like with a discount or whatever. Some of the stuff I bought used, but it was if you assembled these headphones together, you would have over $30,000 just in the headphones. That's not including the gear. There's not including the sources, the tape deck. That tape deck was 12 grand. The turntable is another like 4 grand. I'm like, it's when you put the cartridge into it. Yeah, it's crazy. So this is really, I have to move some product here and clear some things out just to make room for what's new, what's going to come in next, so we can do some more interesting shows. We're going to keep the shows going. I think everybody likes seeing the new stuff and seeing different stuff come through here, and Audio 46 is a huge help. Go to their channel. That tell you this, because if you didn't know that in below is the Director's Garage sale, then you also don't know that we have a deal with Audio 46. If you go to their website, audio46.com, do your shopping, whatever it is, at checkout, if you put in the coupon code Director's Garage, all one word, at checkout, you can get an extra 5% off most of the stuff that Audio 46, I do this once a show, Audio 46 carries. Most of the stock will do. There's a couple of brands that don't play with them and they can't do it for, but most of the stuff in the store, you'll get that 5% off. And to be in full transparency, when you buy something, they kick back a little money to me, and that helps me, with the show as well. So, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. It's just you're going to get the 5% off, and I get a little discount back for referring the sale. That's that. And then there's also affiliate links for Amazon below, and a Linsole link. But I haven't been in touch with anybody over at Linsole for a while. I got to connect back. Part of this problem is my travel has been the last month. I just haven't done much for this show. I'm trying to get it all kick-started again, and I think that this shootout is an excellent way to bring people back and show them, and we're doing shows regularly again. Because these mega shootouts tend to do real well for me on the channel. They're just a huge effort. There's so much effort. When you're like, I'm up all hours of the night, like listening for the tiniest little thing in a headphone, and like, does that make it better than this headphone and whatever? It's like, it's so much. The Expanse. So Dixter, that's the, go down below and you can see what I've got for sale there. There's like 4 items there right now, including the Sultan. I'm selling my prize Sultan. I love these headphones. These are the best selling. This is the best sounding IEM I've ever heard. That I've ever heard. Your mileage may vary, but and I've had the Odin, which is another $3,500 headphone or something. Yeah, these are spectacular. And if you look up on them, you'll see what's in these things. It's like there's electrostatics and there's dynamic drivers and balanced armature, all sorts of stuff in there that John got to play. Got all of those little modules playing well together in an amazing way. I'm thinking of Mezzo Forte. Yeah, I knew I was thinking something Meze, whatever. And I assumed that was what they were playing off of, seeing as they have the little loop thing as their in their logo. What's the deepest bass song you have on your playlist? Chef Steve, what I love for Slam, there's a track by Los Lobos called Dream in Blue. I use it on the show all the time. That's a great one for digging deep into the bass. I also, to assess quality of bass, I like Macy Gray, an album called Stripped, which was a binaural recording, and that's spatially, that's like, there's no better soundstage thing, and it's got this awesome sounding bass. I like Rush. Rush has some, here we go again with the monitor. Rush has some tracks, particularly Moving Pictures. There's some awesome bass on that. I listen to all sorts of stuff. But I think the Eagles, go to get from Hell Froze Over, which was Hell Freezes Over. That's their live album when they first got back together after their big long break, and they did that live album. The version of Hotel California on there has some of the deepest bass you'll hear. Like, it's just killer. It's just killer. You can't, it's amazing. Rodrigo has those 75 albums in FLAC. Yeah, they're fantastic, aren't they? And yes, it was the AK240, not the SP240. I say SP because they renamed stuff. They went with a different moniker. And then they went A and Ultima instead of... Why don't they just call it Estelle and Kern, right? That's what it is. So, it's like 8 times in a row for this monitor now. Director's Garage does not want to buy another monitor. I've replaced both of them now. And I got one repaired. Oh boy. Why? Oh, I think it just jumped in. I think it's going to stay now. Let's see. What do we got there? Oh, look at the... Somebody commented about the player, right? Oh, my God. Give me strength. That's the Al-Anon thing. Sorry, guys. My monitors just keep blanking out. I'm going to have to go profile here if this keeps going on. Yes, looking at the player. Yeah, that player is fabulous. And there was one with the 75 CDs and the stand. Yeah, I just, the stand is ridiculous to me. I've been like, it's cool to look at in a photo, but which, like, what am I going to do with it? It's going to take up shelf space. Nephilim got the D8000. Oh, man, Final Audio. I was just looking because Focal came out, with the Bathies, I guess. That's what they were calling it in the video, was the Bathies. They're making the H silent. They weren't saying Bathies. So... Probably because you don't want to take a Bathies with them. Or you're going to take a Bathies if you go to resell them. Ha! I don't know. But the D8000 from Final, I went back and looked at the 3000, which was their portable $150 Bluetooth IEM that impressed me so much. I thought they were $300 and they were $150 on the show. And I'm like, that was such a great design. I'm like, I wonder if, can Focal compete with that, with the likes of that? I don't know. I got to hear these things. I'm fascinated that they came out with a wireless headphone. Not something I would have immediately have thought of. But the D8000, everybody says how great that is, how great that headphone is. That's a headphone that I would love. Actually, because if you've noticed, I mean, I don't know, Captain Obvious here, but if you looked at the shootout graphic that I put up, the 8 headphones, they're all open backs. Did you pick up on that? Well, I should do the same for closed backs at some point when I get a bunch of good closed backs in here, like the ZMF. I don't know if I'll ever get the Stellia back because I did not. You all guys know the Stellia did not do it for me. I was very disappointed in the Stellia and the way it sounded. But I should do a closed back shootout at some point. That would be a cool thing to do in the future, if I get a bunch of closed backs in here. I don't know. But the open back, I just gravitate towards having that open back sound. I just love them. But yes, the D8000, man, that's a fantastic headphone. Fantastic. Congratulations, Nephilim. That's all. Cheers to Nephilim for his new purchase. God, we love it. I love it when you guys buy something new. Man, oh man, that's great. I mean, I'm gonna crack open the soda for that. I don't have much left in the fridge from last night. Okay, yeah, that is so awesome. Daniel Foster, you're absolutely right. Pepsi Diet and Michael, great combination. Abdullah. Cheers, Abdullah, man. I'd say thanks for stopping by again. I love it when you guys stop by. So fun. Awesome. He's done for a while. Yeah, that's not a cheap headphone, right? Isn't that $4,000? Let's go look it up. Ooh, yeah, you dropped a big one. Final Audio. Let's look at the D8000, man. Such a cool looking headphone too. Did you get the Pro or did you get the Standard? I probably would opt for the. Don't they have a Pro and a Standard of that, or is it only the Pro? $41.90. Wow. I would opt for. Oh, they've got silver and black. Okay. They're open backs. There are open backs. I did not know that. I thought that the back on these things was solid. So cool though. What a great looking headphone. What a great design. I'm very envious. I really do want to get a pair of those in here. I'm hoping Audio 46 is listening in and they'll slip me a pair, because I'm fascinated by that headphone. That would be a great addition to the shootout then, if they're open backs. They just look, you look at the photo on them and it's like, that's a closed back, right? It's got to be. But I guess not. I guess there's an open space there around the hinge. Very cool, though. Very cool. Congratulations, Nephilim. That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh, sorry. What the hell is Michael selling the Sultan? God, aren't those the best? Yeah. I'm just willing. I'm willing to take a blind. This is driving me bonkers. Okay, hang on. I gotta unplug something and plug it back in. Sorry, guys. Sorry, fellas. Pay no attention to that guy unplugging his monitor and plugging it back in. Nothing to see here. Because something's way off. God. I can't do this. I can't sit here and keep flipping this thing. Something's got to give, people. It's not the power supply. It could be the switch. Who knows? Maybe it's shorting out. Yeah, I'm taking a blind leap with selling the Sultan, because I'm assuming that this Viking is going to kill it. I think the Viking is just going to, go even further beyond still happening. And I have with the Sultan the full box too. Noble. I don't know if you guys have seen Noble. If you've seen any of my episodes with Noble, but this is for an IEM. This looks like it's for a headphone. This is like something you get when you buy an Audeze. You get the big industrial case. Noble does it for their IEMs. That's how cool it is. So very cool. Very cool. And as I always say, there are people that get. I know that there's a faction out there, because you all write me. I get emails and stuff that say, how could you do that? I just bought this. And I'm like, well, look, guys, every headphone that's here, every single headphone that's here will be sold at some point, or it'll get traded, or it'll get whatever. I don't keep anything, and I have no emotional connection to a thing, I don't. It's like, this is stuff, and if I ever, if I buy the Viking Ragnar, which is getting, I'm a little disappointed in the name of that, because we're kind of getting into that shit audio like everything Viking Norse, but it doesn't seem to strike me as Noble-esque. But if I ever miss these, and if I ever think, gosh, those were really good, I can always buy another pair. Like, they're everywhere. You can buy another pair. So, I never understood the argument, of the people that get really upset when I sell something. But people do. They're like, it's like I personally offended them that I unloaded some headphone that I thought was really good. And I'm like, well, yeah, because I got to get other stuff in here, and other stuff can sound just as good, or maybe they'll sound worse, in which case maybe I'll at some point want to go back and buy the other thing again. I don't know. But yeah, that's just how we keep the show going. It's nothing offensive. But I have somebody that's really down on me, when I sell something, it's like they get real mad. I get hate mail. Welcome to YouTube. Hey, Chat 69 is back, it looks like. Gosh, that's just great. That's just great. Everybody please ignore that stuff. Okay, so there you go. So yes, I'm getting rid of I'm unloading the Sultan if somebody wants to buy them. And I think they're for a fair price. I know that there are cheaper. There's a couple of people selling them for cheaper, but they're the base, just the piece of wood on the end cup. And this is like one of those wizardy things where he did something really special. So I'm charging a couple $100 more, and I'm charging less than I paid for them. I paid over $2,000 for those, I think. So somebody getting, you'd be getting a deal. And it comes with the stock cable, not with this blingy one. That's staying with me. Okay, that's how the audiophile. Oh, that's how the audiophile permittivity and permeability curves work for me too. Okay. Okay, that's going back to Nephilim. Do you think you'll hold on to the LCD4? Well, that's going to be answered in the shootout, and I don't want to give that away. Got to watch the shootout for that. All of the moves that I'm going to make are revealed at the end of the shootout. I'll tell you what I'm keeping, and what I'm selling, and what I'm thinking of selling, and maybe would like to hold on to. And then there's stuff that I want to sell, but it makes no sense to sell it. God. JTB, cheers, JTB, my brother, another brother from another mother. Michael needs to go to reckless spending rehab. I know. I bought some stuff the other day too. I bought another headphone the other day. We're gonna be coming in. We'll do an episode on that too coming up. And Audio 46 sent me something too. Another blind unboxing that's coming soon. So I can't wait to see what they sent. Nephilim says, yep, he agrees, but he's covering terrific content. Yeah, Nephilim, that's a good place to go, that D8000. I'm actually envious of that one. That's fantastic. Daniel Foster's working out the scalar resonance of his gravinductor coils. Okay, y'all are much smarter than me. Congratulations. Put a magnet close, and it's a 3-part chorus, so the money should start rolling in and buying headphones. If that's something you're going to market or try and get other headphone manufacturers into. Is that what the case is, Daniel? Well, cheers to you, buddy. That's way too technical for my brain. That's great. Abdullah says, Michael, would you prefer the LCD4 or the HE1000? Both of them are around 2K. Well, since the HE1000 is not in the shootout, I feel comfortable talking about this. Now, I've owned the HE1000, and you know I think that that's a special headphone. I think the LCD4 is better for my preference, for what I like. Here they are. They're right. They don't go far away from me. Where are they? Right here. This everything's still out, guys. I've been doing this shootout for a week. These have just blown me away. I'm shocked that these are as impressive as they are, as old as they are. You know, this is what, 2015, maybe 2016 design, and spectacular. They got a refresh. And they got the 4Zs out now, but guys, $2,000. This is an experience. This is like a $4,500 headphone. You know, $4,000, $4,500 headphone. So you can pick it up for $2,000 now. As long as you've got the amp to drive them, because they do need a good amp, and that Ferrum stack is, you know, spot on for them. Fantastic. Ace of Spades. Cheers, buddy. Ace of Spades is it. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of the LCD4. And that's a headphone that is not going anywhere. For now. But we'll see what happens at the end of the shootout. Dixon, thanks for the sale items. No problem. Yeah, the porn guy showed up again. JTV. Chat 69 seems to be an oxymoron. Yeah, you can't really talk. Anyway, JTB says he thought the number 69 was shrimp and vegetables on the Chinese menu. Yeah, you know, meat and 2 veg. So bad. Actually, when you clip off the ends of the medical oxygen tubes behind your ears, they make... Okay, we got really blue here. So, Focal has a new wireless closeback. Interesting. Yes, JTB, I talked about these at the start of the show. And they're called the Bathies, according to Focal, even though the Chicago in me wants to say they're the Bathies. You take them to the bath. And they have a Focal logo that lights up on the side. I did a whole thing at the top of the show where we went to the webpage, we looked at them. They're $800 $600 for a travel Bluetooth pair of headphones. So they better be good. They better be good. But I'm very interested in those. There's another pair. I mean, it's like, it's a travel thingy. It's blingy. It's got a lit logo. Yes, please. Yes, please. Sign me up. They're priced around, if they were priced around $600, they're $800. So I don't know. And that's the other thing is like, you make a good point, JTB. I don't, it's hard for me to accept the people who have chimed in so far about, say, the Dan Clark Audio Expanse. The people who have chimed in about that are all people that I don't know that I would agree with. They're people that tend to endorse a lot of products, and they have a vested interest in selling products. So I'm like, I don't know what to make of you guys. I don't know what to make of you reviewers. If I should just buy in and like, yes, these are the greatest thing ever, or well, they gave me attention. I got a special interview with Dan Clark and I got all this stuff. So it's hard to say something bad about them. I think that there are a lot of people who come from that place, and that's hard to do. I'm like, so I don't know. I don't know to believe. What to believe with them. And the Radiants weren't for me because they wouldn't have enough bass. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Oh, this monitor. I hate you. I hate you. Maybe I should switch monitors. Maybe that's the answer. I don't know what the problem is. It's only this monitor for some reason. So yes, Nephilim got the standard, not the Pro. Well, I actually think that that's the smarter move. The Pro is more neutral. Yeah, I don't want neutral. I'm with you, Nephilim. I want the standard. I want the one that's got the bass. Bring on the boom. Because I'm not. I don't want to sit there and listen to music and like go, oh, that's a really realistic sounding, I'm like, well, I want to listen to the song, and I want the song to impress me, and bringing it in the bottom end is a way to impress me. If you've got a good take on bass, just ask that Abyss up there, ask that LCD4 we were just raving about, bring it in the bass, and you're a good way started towards impressing me. You got to do other things too. You can't just have a good bass, but. Ask the original 1266. That was a headphone that had great bass, fantastic bass, but nothing, everything else is kind of wonky. It didn't like work. The TC is a much better put together pack. They really perfected that thing. Fantastic. Maybe I should unplug this thing and plug it back in. It's so annoying. Every time you see me, reach for I'm restarting the monitor. Daniel Foster, apologies. Vodka and Gatorade. Oh, Daniel, you've impressed me with your drinking prowess. That's amazing, man. Vodka and Gatorade. That's a good mix, I guess. I know. That's something I haven't tried. Last time I had vodka, I woke up on the hood of my car naked. Nephilim says the D8000 is an open back. Yes, I was surprised. I looked it up. I always assumed they were closed backs because in all the photos they look like closed backs. That's very interesting. Semi, the aluminum ring outside, is vented. There you go. So there you go. Daniel says many semi-opens behave well as closed backs outwardly, but semi-closed back does better for your ears. Well, I think that there's a case. Look, the Fostex that I love, those are semi-open backs. They look like closed backs, but they're actually semi-open. There's space around the edges where the sound seeps through. Whatever they did works. They're a fantastic headphone. Love them. D8000. Jeffrey Allison. Cheers, Jeffrey. I haven't said cheers to you, buddy. As the coaster sticks to the... That's how you know we've been here a while. The coaster's sticking to the glass. Jeffrey says the D8000 Pro with his gear and his ears, to his ears, is one of his favorites. Yeah, a lot of people rave about those D8000. I just haven't jumped into the Final Audio camp, so and it's not that I don't want to. It's just that I've done 118. I haven't been able to buy everything. So, or get it sent to me. Don Bronson is excited to see the shootout. Yeah, me too. I'm excited to put it to finally put it together. I shot it. I put it together. It's 40 plus minutes long. So I've got a problem. I don't think I can put a 40-minute video out, guys. I mean, I can build it. I just don't think y'all would come. I think that the people who are regulars chat again. See, and I've blocked this guy. I've blocked you, dude. You're supposed to be blocked. I'm going to report your ass. Pornography. Yes, it's porno. It's porn, guys. Jeez. I'm like, you know, there's places for that. Not here. Don't. This is our time. This is our time, not their time. So much. How much resolution do you think you get with the HE1000 V2 versus the Susvara? 90%? That sounds about right. Something like that. I think that jump is arguably not worth the price. And JTB will back me up on this because he went with the SE, which is the follow-up to the 1000. You get so close to that Susvara with the SE, and you don't need an amp the size of God to power it. So yeah, I'm sort of, yeah, it's very tempting, that HE1000 V2. I loved it. That was my favorite headphone for a long time. Oh my God. All right. I'm going for the plug, boys. I'm going to pull the plug on it, and then I'm going to plug it back in. Let's see if that, oh, that's the wrong plug. Maybe it's the power cord. Maybe I can get the power cord fixed. Maybe there's a short in it. I don't know. Something's wrong. Something's wrong, boys. Something's wrong with the director's garage, technically. Hey, DJ NGO says, hey, is there a link or anything of your favorite music albums playlist on Spotify? I find my taste inspiring. Well, first thing I tell you is just watch the videos, because there's always, usually most videos have some music or music information or music recommendations in them. I haven't taken the time to put it all together. If this channel gets big enough, then probably yes, I'd probably do something like that. The problem is, and DJ, here's the thing, I'm one person. And I'm doing this show that takes 2 days, at least a day or two to write. It takes a day to shoot, and then it takes 3 days to edit, minimum. This next shoot is going to take me a week to edit. I've just got it put together, but it's very involved. There's a lot of stuff going on. I do special graphics for it. Did a lot of building for this, and so. That's the problem I have with, I'm only one person, and getting a Patreon started, getting playlists and all this stuff. And at one point I was putting it on, my goal was to put it all on Instagram, but the shows kept getting more and more involved and more production intense, and it's like taking the time to do that. I just don't have the time. So if the channel, that didn't work, by the way, monitor's restarting. If the channel grows, if I get 100,000 subs or something at some point, yeah, then I'll bring somebody in to kind of help me with this stuff, and I'll happily forward that on to you. It's just it's really hard for me to put it all on a platter and serve it up. It's just really because I just don't have the time. And that's unfortunate, and I wish I did have the time. But I have a day job that pays for everything, and that is always going to come first. This is the hobby, the day job. There are people who do this for a living, and cheers to them. They found a way to make a living off of something that they enjoy doing. And that's great. I happen to enjoy what I do, in television, so I'm not quitting that job. JTB says you can wear the Bathies in the shower. Huge selling point. if you go first, buddy, and you report that there are no issues, I'll get a pair in here and try it for myself. Or maybe I'll just get Focal to lend me a pair to wreck. How about that? We're excited for the big shootout. Yep, I'm super excited to present it to you. And it was fun. It was fun to do, but it's actually it's amazing how much work something like that is, because it's like to do. You know, I have what, like, I do like 10 to 12 categories, and then I'm breaking down 8 separate headphones and ranking them and finding a position for them. And some of this is guesswork. It's like, well, I think I like this one better, and then you go back and listen to it. It's like, who knows? So you find that you get that ranking, and then you go back, and then I'm going back and listening again just to make sure. It's so much work to just do the research to get to a point where I could write that episode. It was a week of listening, and then, plus my past experiences with each headphone. It was a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. But I do it for you guys because, I'm a YouTube whore. Not a Chat 69 whore, though. Okay, so Daniel says having a refillable helium bladder outside the drivers make the best open backs. Well, it certainly gives them some lift, I would think. Just don't light the helium. You saw the Hindenburg, did you not? And if you guys don't know what the Hindenburg is, Google it and watch the video, because it's really something. It's a horrible tragedy. But it's what happens when you fill something with pure helium and you have a candle in the room. Okay. Aces Made says, Resolve measures the Bathies and has it at 500 to 1K dip, so vocals might be a touch recessed, and overall it's a V signature. Well, I'd kind of expect a V signature if you're going to do a headphone that you travel with. That's kind of makes sense. You're fighting a lot of ambient noise. You're going to want to, it makes sense to me. I just want to know, for me, it's like, how much is the bass boosted, and really, what's the experience like? Are they great or are they bad? And who do you trust? Andrew's got great ears. It's like but I don't always I don't always fall in line with him. He's a little more neutral than I like to be. So, I tend to fall more in with what Kerwang, his tastes, except for the stealth. He really loved the stealth. I didn't like the stealth at all. And then Metal and I have, I think, some very similar tastes in headphones. He raved about the LCD4, and if he's raving about that, I'm in total agreement with him. The Pro had bass. All right, that's awesome. The Pro bass. I think that what we were saying though is the regular version has accentuated bass. It's got it pushed even more, which is more fun to me. Fostex TH-X00 bass is impressive. Oh yeah, Snapple, dude, that's a Canon. That's not just a bass. That's a bass Canon headphone. As are the LCD4s are Canons, man. They just blow. It's so good. So awesome. JTB says he's guessing the Bathies appeal are for a fun tuning. I don't think that there's anything wrong with going a fun tuning if you're trying to market a travel set. I think that's that's a safe place for them to put that headphone. I hope it's a fun tuning, but I also hope that they've tamed the treble, because Focal and treble kind of have a little problem with each other sometimes. DJ says, ha ha ha, I'd go fishing bots. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. Jesus. And when did we get so popular that these people want to, spam our chat? We've got a couple of dozen people here. Let us just enjoy our day. The shootout content's a 40-minute, warrants a 40-minute video. Yeah, well, and I do talk about, what's working and what's not. And I don't mind the 40 minutes. I just don't know that a large audience is going to buy into a 40-minute video. Anytime I've posted something that long, like my live show, no. anytime we go with anything that length, we have a problem getting viewers in the door. That's just a YouTube thing. It's like 10 to 20 minutes is the sweet spot. If you can hit it like 12 minutes, 14 minutes, that's where YouTube likes you to be. And that's just to get kicked in the algorithm. That it has nothing. It just has to do with getting people to watch. And I'm trying to get more people interested in the show because that helps me. Imagine that. Broadcasting. What's the SE? Divine Gaming says that's the HE1000 SE Special Edition, which came after the HE1000 V2. It's kind of they refined the band and some stuff, and I think they made the membrane a little bit thinner, and that might be the Stealth Magnet Edition too. They might have introduced stealth magnets into the SE. JTB would best know for that, best talk about what the differences are. But that's what I remember. And I remember that when the SE came out, I wanted to shoot everybody at Hifiman. Like, I just got that V2, and you're coming out with an SE. No. Abdullah says there's no problem watching a 40-minute video. Yeah, I know, but if you want viewers, you need to make it 20 or 30. Yeah, that's true. And really, you need to make it about 20 minutes and 12, because people have ADD, like me. They're like me. They want to watch anything that long. Daniel Foster says, Firebot flipping while that audiophile talk is overly sexy. Yes, I know. Isn't it though? Isn't it though? JTB, you sold your HE1000. You're killing me, JTB. What? JTB, what did you buy? If you sold yours a few weeks ago, what did you buy? What do you have to listen to? Are you now on AirPods, man? Do you have the Apple headphone? Too much. Audio Fool late as usual. It's fun. Nephilim Michael, what do you have? What I can say about the D8000 is that they are so detailed, warm, and punchy, but you don't have to crank them loud. Yeah, and that's the sign of a great headphone. It's you don't have to, and the shootout, all that will make sense. Yes. Oh boy, Chat69 just keeps coming back and coming back for more. Remove. Hide user. Why doesn't hide user work? Shouldn't I hit that once and it should just go away forever? What am I doing wrong? Daniel Foster says he doesn't like loud. It's taken him 30 years to move to headphones that protectively not loud. Yeah, well, and me too, because I've got some tinnitus. I got some ringing, so that's never a fun time. Ace of Spades just pre-ordered some Symphonium Meteor IEMs. I haven't heard the Symphoniums, but report back, Ace of Spades, when you hear them. Supposed to be pretty sweet, per feedback from CanJump. Report back when you get them. Let us know. Come back to one of the live shows and let us know. That's totally cool. Also, the Hollow Bliss was teased last week. Going to be a hot item for Christmas. Very cool. Divine Gaming's, what's my daily driver headphones these days? Well, I'm doing a lot of the Lyric right now because they're new. But I don't know that there will be a point at which I'll still be doing those. The headphone that's really my daily drivers are... this is like my first daily driver. This is like one of the first headphones I grabbed. This is the ZMF Atrium. $2,600. Prettiest headphone, I think. I think it's safe to say this is the prettiest headphone I own. It's just... look at that. I mean, look at... it looks like it's an antique, but it's not. It's like it belongs in a museum, but it fits on your head. I love these. I love the way they fit. I like the way they sound. Huge fan. That's my first daily driver. And my most used headphone is the Elite. this is kind of my go-to. I try to take these with me when I'm on the road. They're so easy to drive. They sound great. Meze fit and comfort. These are. I even bought the Empyrean pads for these because they're cushier. And the Elite came with half-width pads, and they were supposed to, you know, I don't know. Some people thought they were comfier. So I missed these ear pads, so I bought a pair of new Meze Empyrean pads to put on the Elite because I just liked them so much. And then I would say the LCD4 is kind of these are like crack babies. I not like crack babies. These are like crack. They're, you know, like they're so hypnotic in their sound. They're so pleasing. You can't take them with you because, you know, unless you have like the Diablo or something, you know, powering these. I haven't actually tried these. I should try them with the WA11 Topaz. That'd be an interesting experiment to see if this can drive this. Very interesting. So maybe that's something I'll do. Just do an episode like that. But yeah, I really those are like, but the daily drivers are probably the Atrium if I had to pick just one. Although right now it's the Lyric for me because they're new and I'm enjoying them. I like the Lyric and I got them for the price I wanted. I told you in the sound check with these that the Lyric is a great headphone, but it's overpriced, and so I waited for them to come on the used market and I bought them at the price I thought they were worth. And there you go. And I think everybody should do that. Right? Like, if the headphone manufacturer is over, the people I don't know, and look, they're still hooked up. That's why I can't pull them out. Hey, we got nice music today, huh? Sounds good. Yeah. And it just like tricked into my head. I keep every time I talk about prices, I still am astounded that Abyss on their, you know, 3 or 4 year old TC design went up in price by $1,000. It was a $5,000. They listed those at $5,000, and then they're $6,000. Abyss went to the reverse school of depreciation. Yeah. I want to see if that was just... Oh, I gotta do Abyss headphones, not Abyss. There we go. Let's see. It's just checking them out. Shop Abyss headphones. Are they still that expensive? Yeah, they are. They're $6,000 still. Welcome. Yes. So there you go. Let's see. Let's get back to the chat. Where am I at? SE stealth magnets. Yes, I was right about that for once. Michael, what can I say? The DNOs. Oh, we don't have to crank them up. We talked about that. DJ says he gets it. All the great content. Keep pumping out constantly, director. Yeah, cheers, everybody. Yeah, I'm just doing it. It's for fortune and glory. That's what I do it for. Where's the director's garage located? It's located in your mind. It's a space in your mind. Daniel says he doesn't like it loud. Over 30 years protecting. Oh, we kind of went through a little bit of this, I think. Just pre-ordered symphoniums. We did that. Wow, I'm way out of time. Well, how did I get so far out of time? I don't know. John Bronson says maybe you could do a director's cut for the Patreon. I don't have Patreon. That's the problem. And I don't have time for Patreon. I have time to set up Patreon. If I did, maybe I'd be a millionaire. No, I wouldn't. JTB says he has the HE6 SEV2 and the Ananda Stealth Magnet Edition. Great headphone, by the way. I like the other one, the Arya Stealth Magnet Edition. which gives him enough of the Hifiman sound. I would prefer the R. I would opt in at the ARIA, I think, first for me. DJ says YouTube videos below 18 minutes are the cutoff point for the algorithm to display anything. Long form is amazing for local viewers like us. Yes, I know. I've played. I know all about these damn algorithms, and I hate them all because they never seem to favor me. DJ says shows off $2,600 headphones and says it's antique. His bank account. I know, but that's what's cool about these is Zach found a way to age them. They look aged. They're so cool. They're so cool. God, they're great. Great headphone. Divine Gaming says he daily drives the Verite closed on a bottlehead crack and use the RME DAC. Yeah, it's a pretty good setup. Sounds good to me. I'd be down with that. JTB says his two main high-end headphones are now the Rad Zero, which is great for hard rock and metal. I never had the we talked about this last week, I think. I never had the Rad Zeros. Got to get somebody to send me a pair. Maybe I can get them from Audio 46 or something. And the Artur Classic is just a really good all-rounder headphone. Yeah. And that's kind of what I like about the Atrium. I think it is an all-around headphone. There are asterisks to that. These are... And I get into this into the shoot. I don't want to give too much of that away. But they're special, and there's something really special about the sound on these. They're very different. It's a different headphone than I expected them to be, and they've been a surprise and a pleasant one. I really, obviously, I listen to them a lot. I wouldn't listen to them a lot. This direct at home? No. The WA-22 is, with the D8000 is a hit. I would imagine so. The 22 is a push-pull, and that's going to work really well with something like the D8000, I would think. Responds well to tube amplification, of course. The mid-range comes out alive with the bass heavenly, staying put. Yeah, you probably even eke a little more bass out of them with a solid state, but do what you want. Do what makes you happy. I love a tube anyway. I'm a tube whore. Ginger Hermit says he jumped on the Meteor pre-order train as well, hearing tons of great things. Okay. All right. Hold it over my head. Another thing I need to order. Get in the director's garage. Just kidding. Divine Gaming says, how's the LCD4 bass stack up against the Abyss 51266 TC? That's going to be in the shootout for sure. I'm not going to go there for now. Make you wait a couple more days until I get that all together. Dixter says the HE1000 V2 at $2,000 might be one of the best deals in headphone today. The latest build of the headphone with the 3.5 input is nice. I would also, again, I would say step and step, make sure you audition the LCD4. It may be more to your liking. Who knows? Who knows? Getting down to the last few. We're coming up on the 5 o'clock hour. It's in LA, and it's going to be time for me to go make dinner soon. I'm hungry. I'm starving. Starving here, kids. The lyrics look comfy too. Yeah, nobody designs a headphone like Meze. That is every single thing I've ever had from Meze has felt amazing on the head. They pride their ergonomics like nobody else. Comfort, quality, all of it. Design. They're beautiful. They're, even the Elite here. This is a pretty headphone, and the design on this is amazing too. But man, they're so comfortable. So comfortable. JTB's yet to hear a Meze headphone other than the 99. Very interesting. Yes, you should listen to the Elite, although that's going to be breaking the rule for you, Mr. JTB. You're going to be back in that $4,000 headphone range. The nice thing about Meze is all of these Renaro drivers are super easy to drive. You can drive them with anything. This AK240 will drive the Elite. No problem. No problem. They're super efficient, that driver. It's amazing what they get out of them. And the bass that they deliver, just killer. Unbelievable. Okay, so let's go to Nephilim. Actually, a quick music appreciation. Weather report. Heavy weather. Yeah, that's great. Melodic jazz album he's heard. One of the best melodic jazz albums. I'm going to have to check out some weather reports now. It's been a long time since I've listened to them. Like maybe 20 years. I don't get around to some of the old modern stuff. Okay. JTB says we talked about the Elite. Yes, you should hear the Elite. Some say it's overrated, overpriced. Well, what isn't overpriced? I come back to that thing. Time and again. What is the Abyss a $6,000 headphone? Seriously? Is the Susvara a $6,000 headphone? Seriously? It's like you can do that with a lot of headphones. So I don't know. People are paying it, so I guess it's worth it. But buy used. Go find a used pair of Meze Elites. Probably be $2,800, $2,600 if you're lucky. If you find them, if you catch the falling knife in the right place. The D8000 will compete with the Abyss 1266 and LCD4 for bass slam. If one's into that sort of thing, he definitely is. Now I'm just dying to know. JTB Director's Garage is like the Bat Cave. Michael needs to put a hood over my head when he brings anybody back here so they don't find the secret location. I'm not that cryptic. I've just got armed guards standing outside. You try to get in, you get shot. It's okay. It's your choice, man. It's a free country. Divine Gaming says he thinks the biggest... I have no problem with... this is a fortified fortress here. Just warning everybody. I am not opposed. I'm a firm believer in the Second Amendment and everybody's right to protect their home. I'm just going to say that. Okay, Divine Gaming doesn't make me on one side of the political aisle or another. It just means that, hey, good luck to you. Divine Gaming thinks the biggest problem in the audio is the lack of places to experience the high-end stuff. He lives in San Francisco. Well, that's what CanJam is for. You know what I mean? That's why you got to get yourself to a CanJam. Even if it costs you some money, it's like, well, you're going to hear a lot of stuff. It might be, and you'll meet a lot of people like, not just me, but like, there's a lot of real professional industry people there, not just like the hobbyists like myself. Aria Stealth are good, but can you just get a little a hit on the treble at times? Well, I think that's kind of a Hifiman thing, and then that thinness thing that seems to not plague, it's just a characteristic, and either you like it or you hate it. In the upper mids and lower treble region on most Hifiman planers, you get that little bit of thinness sounding. Audio Fool says, hey Nephilim, good to hear you're loving the D8000, yeah, and the Woo, man. So good. What DAC are you using? Good question. Good question, Audio Fool. Love that. Adnan says, oh man, he's late. His parents have come to visit. Totally forgot. Weather report is awesome if you like cleaning. Adnan, you're just late to the stream. I'm going to have to close this down in a few minutes. I'm sorry, buddy. Director's got to make some dinner. Weather report is awesome if you like cream and Clapton stuff. You love weather report. Yeah, well, of course. Yeah, that's all great. JTB's, he feels it's only worth the money for him. The only headphone that's worth the money is the Aria Stealth Magnet Edition. Not sure why I still have the Susvara. I think a lot of people are in that boat. I think the Susvara, I don't know. What do you guys, I hear a lot of people walking away from the Susvara lately. It's very interesting. Where are they going to go, though, with all that money once they sell them? Good question. Inquiring minds. Dixter says he wishes Audeze hadn't stopped making the LCD4, or there would be one for him. Well, they still make the 4Z. You can still buy the LCD4Z, which is the... It's where's that? Okay, I'll do a little lesson in Audeze headphones real quick. For Dixter, they still make the 4Z, which is this it's basically the same form factor as the LCD5, but it's got the LCD4 frequency response, which is to say bassy as hell. And now, I can't comment about how much like the original 4, the 4Z is. I can't talk about how, that comparison because I don't own the 4Z. Most everybody steered me to the LCD4. What I would tell you, Dixter, is watch for people to resell them. Go to HeadPhi, go to eBay, and keep an eye on an OG pair of LCD4s and pick them up if they come on sale, because they're being sold right now. I think $2,200 will get you a really nice pair, and $2,000 will get you an average pair like I got. These are slightly modded. Where are they? These are slightly modded. The guy changed out this top pad. It's a little wider than most, and many people have pointed out that these are not the original ear pads. I happen to love them though, and I'm not changing them because I really like them. And they clearly have not had a negative impact on the sound at all. ML Jenkins says, cheers. It's all been a... Oh, there's a plane outside. There's a plane dive bombing the director's garage. Apparently they didn't like that comment about the weapons. They're coming in on a bombing run. Duck! JTB, oh, okay, so where was I at? So, yes, just check the used market, Dixter. You'll find something, and they're an absolute steal at $2,000. If you can find a pair for $2,000, take them, snatch them up. They're worth it. ML Jenkins, cheers, buddy. Cheers. Enjoy your night. We're going to wrap things up here in just a few seconds. Yeah, this is not one of my better streams. I ran out of things to say at one point. Got on a roll. It's hard when the chat doesn't kick in off the top, and I go to the chat, there's like one question there. I'm like, how am I going to vamp while more questions come in? More talking points come in. I don't know. Audio Fool's using the Chord Q test. It's brilliant. JTB, I had somebody write something. Go look at the comments on that community page. Somebody wrote something really negative about Chord electronic stuff. I'm like, okay, I guess the rest of the audiophile world is just, they're deaf. Okay. Oh, Chord makes great stuff, guys. I don't know, I don't know what he would consider a great DAC if Chord is absolute rubbish. Like, you like the Idrisil? What do you like? What else is out there? Okay, Adnan dipped his toes into the top-of-the-line headphones quickly and realized he's happier in the mid-range somewhere. Sold Susvara, HE1000 SE, HE6, V2. Autorama can get you a whole lot. Oh, the HE6 SEV2 at $550 can get you a whole lot of what the Susvara does. I don't have the HE6s here, but I do understand the HE6's very the power requirements on the HE6 pardon burping. The power requirements of the HE6 SEV2 are quite a lot. Like, you're in that Susvara range as far as what they need to drive them, as I understand it, right? What pads are on my 4s? I don't know. I'm guessing these are ZMFs. They're fenestrated and they're really squishy. So they're ZMF, probably ZMF fenestrated squishies. That's my technical answer. They came that way. I bought them used, and nobody told me what was on them. I could probably hit up the owner and ask him, but they're really good. I like a good cushy headphone. I do. I'm old. I like comfort. My car's the same way. I like comfort. I'm no longer the speed demon I used to be. I'm like, I like a comfortable thing. What pads are on Fords? Don't know. Hit thumbs up in the chat, people. Thumbs up. Subscribe to the Director's Garage so you don't miss any of this magic. KT Bliss is coming. Be prepared. And $2,000 price tag is the best performance price bracket, and in the used market too. Keep an eye on that 2000. Don't be afraid of a used set, folks. Not too bad. Not too bad. Neff, what did your mom's... Oh, come on, guys. Don't go after the moms. Oh. That's so mean. I love moms. Moms are the best. All right, we're going to start this outro here and start wrapping things up. I want to thank you guys for stopping by the Director's Garage Happy Hour Hump Day Hangout, the 4-H Club, as we like to call it. And stop back every week. We try to do it on Wednesdays. Sometimes it slips a day or two based on work stuff. But, you know, it's a lot of fun. I like hanging out with you guys. You guys are a blast. We have a good time, and we talk about headphones, but we also talk about guys I can ban from my chat and stuff like that. So cheers, everyone. Thanks for coming by today, and I will see you before you know it. Let's try and get off the air without too many mistakes today. All right.